not everybody knows the kindest way to communicate. Not everybody has the most empathic way to communicate. It may be the case that your partner isn't the best communication expert, not able to communicate their love to you. But just so you know, there's 5 love languages. If you haven't heard this concept, I would recommend looking it up. People can show love in different ways, and if you're not showing it in their way, they might think that you're not showing you love them, and you might think, if they're not showing it in your love language, that they don't love you. Maybe you might not feel love, but maybe they're trying to show love. So words of love, that's one of them. Words of love, expressing words of love. Some people are not very verbal. They don't really say I love you very much. They don't tell you what they love you about you. Doesn't mean they don't love you. They might be communicating in another language. Acts of service. Maybe your partner does the dishes for you. Maybe they sweep the floor. Maybe they mop. And for them, they're doing something they don't want to do to make your life easier. So for them, that is an act of love. That's a valid love language. Words, acts of service, quality time. Some people show they love you just by spending quality time with you. They turn off their phone. They're just present with you, and they're just together with you. That's another way to show love. Might not be your number 1 love language, but it's one way. Another way, number 4, gifts. Some people show love through the giving of gifts. They might remember your favorite meal, and they show up with that for you as a surprise. That's a valid way to show love as well. So we talked about acts of service, words of love and affirmation, quality time, gifts. The last and final of the fifth of the 5 love languages is touch. Some people, if you don't touch them enough, if you're not hugging, if you're not cuddling, they might not feel loved. Even if you're telling them every day words of love and affection, love language, even if you're spending quality time with them, even if you're giving them gifts, even if you're doing everything right with all the other love languages, if you're not touching them enough, you touch her butt in the kitchen, you touch her back, you give her a quick hug in the bathroom, I don't know. But that is a very effective way to show love language. You gotta love, you gotta touch them, you gotta hold them, you gotta grab their hand, you gotta pull them close to you. That is a valid way to show love. And if your partner is saying that they feel like that you don't love them enough, or you don't show them love enough, or you feel they don't show you love enough, these might be things to consider, to explore. So I would advise you to look into the 5 love languages and integrate them into your romantic life. It could improve things tremendously, reduce misunderstandings, and improve life satisfaction. And with that, I thank you. This is Adeptus Gaming, and sometimes life advice.